Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. It's always good to be here and look at the wonderful turnout that you guys came out on a Saturday afternoon where you could have done anything personal in your own life, but you sacrificed this afternoon to come out here to hear some wonderful speakers. How many people in here are proud to be a Republican? I'm proud to be a Republican. Why did this man here, this guy right here, why did this guy run for President of the United States? Can anybody tell me that? He loves America, and he wanted to give the voiceless a voice. And we're not seeing that, not only on the federal level, we're not seeing that here in Connecticut. You have a Democratic Party that has the House, has the Senate, has every single constitutional office and the executive branch. And what we've seen happen this week, last week, and maybe the last 40 years is the people who are Republicans and some independents and unaffiliated, they don't feel they have a voice at the Capitol. That's how why I got in this race, and many races that I fought, to give people a voice, to give the working class people, families a voice, and in the state of Connecticut, give towns a voice for the unfunded mandates that are being pushed down from our state capital. Taking your rights away with vaccinations, what you teach your children. You know, school systems should teach their kids how to think, not what to think. If you're an engineer, DEI programs will not build bridges and roads. You know what builds bridges and roads? Math. Heart surgeons, DEI won't make you a better heart surgeon. Biology and anatomy will make you a better heart surgeon. This is what they need to teach kids in school to make sure they're successful in life. You look at our school system here in Connecticut, they're failing. They're failing our children. And you wonder why parents are pulling them out of our schools and homeschooling, or if they can afford, sending them to private schools. And there's no responsibility with the commissioner and administration. And I'm not blaming the workers that work for the state of Connecticut, because there are some hard workers. It's the leadership that's failing our communities and failing our kids. There's no oversight. So what do they want to do? They want to blame the families and go after homeschoolers. This is the wrong approach. What party would ever wish the failure of this country for political points? That's the Democratic Party. We're at war right now. We have congressmen, our congressional delegation, United States senators wishing for failure as our brave men and women are serving overseas, putting themselves in harm's way to protect the interests of the United States. And we have sitting congressmen, sitting senators hoping for that failure to score political points. Does anybody think that is right? This is an embarrassment of who's representing us here in the state of Connecticut, and I'm hoping our congressional candidates here, somebody, at least one, can win a seat down in Washington, especially when 42% of Connecticut is conservative and Republican. All I can say is thank you for taking a Saturday afternoon off, coming here, showing your support for whatever candidate you vote for, but you're involved. And I'm not going to repeat what everybody else says. I hope you can get a neighbor involved. I hope you can get a young kid involved. It's their future. And we do this for the younger generation. Why? Because we owe it to them. That's why Charlie Kirk was out there. Let's debate. Let's have the conversation. But the Democrats don't want to do that, so we need to force that conversation. So thank you, James. Thank you guys for putting this on. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Something, again, I'd like to mention, you guys, may not know, I'm not an expert on any of this. I'm kind of new to the scene. But from what I understand, federal elections and state elections differ. And basically in state elections, when you give donations to the state candidates like Matt or Betsy, who's will be here shortly, that unlocks grants for them. So again, I'm sure like you've seen Ryan Fazio and Aaron Stewart now are doing TV commercials. That's because they had to, from what I understand, raise something like $350,000, then that unlocked the $19 million grant. Could be wrong. I imagine the same situations with Matt. He needs to raise a certain amount. So these donations that you make to these candidates really are important. Maybe Matt?
Tell them, James, we have $500,000 sitting on the table. Whatever you donate, it's 5 times that amount. So if you want to get young voices out, you want to reach the people that what you are saying here, if you want to reach those people, because we'll use that money to drive the vote out. So whatever you donate, if you hit that $100,000 mark, we can bring in $500,000 to use that. That's a powerful message coming from a group like this.
Can you come up here and speak a little bit more on it? Because we're all cheerleaders. A friend of mine, again, back last fall, he watched the live stream, and I was explaining what I do with organizing events, and then Agnes was doing her thing, and then John Flynn was on it, talking about him running, or not John Flynn, Jonathan DeBar was talking. So, long and short, my friend was like, what the hell do you do? And I explained what I do, and he's like, so you're a cheerleader. And I'm like, oh, I guess you're right, I'm a cheerleader. So probably all of us are cheerleaders, so we don't really understand how the system works and how these guys actually end up getting their signs or TV, ads and all that. So if Matt can maybe explain that to us, so we'll better understand. Like I said, state is different than federal, because you can all get money within the state, correct?
That's correct. So federal races, you're on your own. So we've done well in the last few races that we ran on the federal level. I can't thank you guys enough for our support. I mean, we went after Senator Murphy as hard as we could. We have an opportunity right here. My race is over, hopefully not at the convention. I'm hoping I can get 15% out. But my race is over at the primaries. And you can use that $500,000 all summer long, reaching the urban community, reaching the youth vote, putting up ads, putting up flyers, getting on the radio. That message resonates. Listen, the Democrats are going to use every means they can. Us being here helps out. Go to MacCoreyCT.com. Donate what you can. And look, I know people are on fixed incomes. I'm not asking you to donate a lot. Whatever you can, or get a friend to donate. If we can reach that point, we have a $500,000 to use all the way to the primary in August to get the vote out. Whether I'm the candidate or not, it's going to help the ticket up and down. Help whoever's representing you in your district. That means a lot. That means a lot to your state rep, your state senator. We need to gain some seats back to give us all a voice, whether it's at the Capitol or in Washington. And that's how this works. Myself, it's 5 times the amount we raise. Other candidates is different. If you're running for state rep, state senate, I think they raised it, Mary, to $20,000.
Yeah.
And you get like $125,000 or $140,000. That's a lot of ammunition to get our Republican message out. So whatever you guys can do, and I know everybody's tugging you for money in every which way, and times are tough, I agree with you. But if this is what we are, we can get people to donate. Get your neighbors or your friends and say, look, what's your voice worth? Because it's not going to get any better if we keep putting Democrats back in office. We all know that. So, thanks, Jim.
Wait. Repeat your website.
It's MacCoreyCT.com.
CT.com.
And it's Matt Corey CT on Facebook, Matt Corey CT on Twitter. So, and we've been trying to get our message out. And if you can't donate, share our stuff. Share whoever's representing your district stuff. Share the people that are running for federal offices stuff. Like it, share it, put it on your Facebook, whatever, Twitter, whatever you can share it with. That helps get our message out also. So we're all in this together, guys. So thank you very much again for taking your Saturday afternoon off and to hear these wonderful candidates fighting for all of us. So thank you.
Thank you, Matt. The state offices can only receive money from people in state. The federal offices, like the Congress, George Austin, Amy Chai, Jonathan DeBarros, all those which are federal offices, they can get money from all across the state, but people like Matt and Betsy, the state offices can only get money from people in the state. So, all right, next up, I'd like to introduce you guys to Linda Sinkowitz. Linda